We're gonna talk knots on spinning reels when you talk about you're using braid to fluoro. Because the argument's a million years old now, like who's the best knot, what's the best knot, FG, Albright, All right, so there's 1,000 reasons why people say it's the best. But I think sometimes the best knot may not even be the best strength knot, or it doesn't, I don't base the reason I tie an FG on just the strength. I love to tie an SG. You'll see the line I'm using on the base of my spinning reel right here. You'll see it's high vis yellow. That's it right here. It's the SX112, and I'm using the leader I use is the Sunline leader line. This is a 8 to 10 pound. It just depends on where I'm at. But the knot I like to tie is an FG, and that's it tied. And I've tied it on other videos, and it's a pretty simple way to tie it. You see how small that is. The key to why I like this is the tag end, the final end right here comes out right there on the leader line. And you can cut it extremely close, and then you dress it up by tying loop knots over it. But it being so small, it doesn't have a lot of drag coming out of the guides of the rod. So when I cast, you just barely hear it just come out the guides. The reason I think other people's like, I tie an Albright or tie this, and they're like, I don't really ever have much problem with my line flipping or tying a knot. That's because if you look at it, they may not be throwing a long leader. Most of the time, I like to have my leader at least 2 turns on my handle, like on my spool, excuse me, when I'm reeling it down. You can see my braid going up. I'll just reel it through my hand right here. You can watch it going all the way down. My leader is going to go onto my reel. When I'm casting, I want the longest, so you see it's on there now. Pretty simple, but I like it that long because I think sometimes in clear water it helps, okay? I think sometimes it gives me more times to retie during the day. I don't like to start out with a 4-foot leader, break it off one time, have to retie. So I'm bad about throwing a 12 to 15 foot leader, which is gonna be 1 to 2 turns on my reel spool. So when I cast it, I need it to be smooth coming out of the guides. And I'm telling you, for day in and day out casting, when you're putting your knot on your spool, an FG's hard to beat, because of the clean end of it, where the tag line right here, where the tag comes out on your leader line, you can cut it so close with fingernail clippers and then dress over it. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Are you ever gonna have a problem out of an FG? You could, it happens. I've had it happen before where something come untied maybe, but you'll see it right when it happens. But if you wanna reduce a lot of your problems, if you're having spinning reel rod problems and reels and you're casting a lot, and you're jerking the line off your reel and you're just having a hell of a time with it, try that. Try an FG knot, learn how to tie it. You can watch some of my videos on YouTube, see how to tie it. Other guys have got great videos on it. But an FG is gonna work better when you're spooling your leader line all the way on your spool. So that's why I think most people need to realize, like, hey, I don't ever have any trouble when I tie a square knot or a hitch knot. Hey, you may not, as long as your line, it doesn't go up on your spool. When that knot goes on your spool, it's going to determine what kind of knot you got on how it comes off there. So try an FG, see if it doesn't cut down on some of the problems. May help.